Welcome back to another episode of Drivers for Drivers. I'm Ken Cox. My eyebrows look like caterpillars. We've got Francis Ham.
Hi.
We've got Kenny Kuntz, a.k.a. Old Wounded Knee.
Yes, it is.
Is it doing all right?
No,
Hurts?
hurts.
Man, and you didn't even do anything. Like, sometimes when you get a scar, you can like brag about it. But
His granddaughter kicked his butt.
She really wanted that
Yeah, I
chocolate.
should have never started the tripping game.
Behind the scenes, we've got Danny.
hey,
Hey, and we are
Drivers for Drivers.
Remember, y'all, you're the first driver. Okay, just remember that. Without you guys, we don't have a job.
That's right.
No birthdays.
No birthdays, no anniversaries.
I wish for 1 month like that a year. I don't have one. Seems like I got a relative with a birthday in every month
oh yeah,
Yeah,
or a holiday.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want 1 month where I don't got to spend money.
That's right.
Maybe for a new knee.
Did I go too far?
I know. I was gonna say the only
You can
way,
edit that one, Danny.
The only thing I can think of to get rid of some of those calendar items is get rid of the people that are.
That's right.
So
Can we just add 3 months together and have one birthday party?
There you go. Just quarterly birthday celebrations.
yeah,
Somebody would get their feeling hurt.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what my wife says too.
Feelings are overrated.
I think she just likes spending money.
Ooh. I'm not sitting that close. So welcome back to Francis and Ken. So we want to touch on like the hunting season, hours of service, getting rest, understanding your dispatch, and opportunities for advancing your careers. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna dive into a little bit of a safety topic with hunting season going on, and then later on, Francis will hit on our major safety topic. But we are coming to that part of the year where we go out, we find some sustenance to put in our freezers, and while doing so, you got a bunch of people running around in orange all over the nation, and migration routes, the normal migration routes for these freezer foods are out of whack, right? They don't take their normal routes. They're going to get spooked. They're going to take off over a mountain that they typically maybe not use, something along those lines. And then all of a sudden they are showing up all over the highways. Mm-hmm. So keep your peepers peeled.
Yep.
Trucks are huge. How much damage can a
Oh, God.
deer do?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. They're huge, but they're very expensive to repair.
Mm-hmm.
We just skimmed a moose. I was like, what's that big one with the
Bullwinkle.
The bullwinkle. We just skimmed a bullwinkle, right? And it took out a fender. It took out half of our grill guard, a light, and it was just skim. He walked off like, we didn't even scratch him, and we're 80,000 pounds, and he's just like, what? So yeah, they can do a lot of damage. You hit an elk straight on, it's going to total your truck. A deer could cause tens of thousands of dollars, and I mean they're 200 pounds. They're
not huge.
That's a big deer. So keep your eyes peeled. Watch in front of you, and then make sure that you're watching off to your left and right. For those deer, elk, and other animals crossing.
And then I was, even watching for other people that are hitting those and then getting out of control in front of you.
Yep, for sure.
Or leaving them in front of you.
That's true.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, you probably would have heard if you had your window down. Will Rocky, watch me tear the hell out of this truck.
I think you needed to say that louder.
If it wasn't so cold out, my window would be down.
That was a pretty good impression.
It's hibernation season coming on, too, for the bears.
Yeah, hibernation.
I actually hit a black bear once.
No way.
Yeah, up on the Blues. I didn't think he could get over the center wall so easily. Just a small bear. I'm like, he can't go over that. Yeah, he did.
Oh my God.
Left a perfect size butt mark in my bumper. And he just took off.
Speaking of hibernating, mattresses and good rest.
Yeah, talk a little bit on the safety topic here. Rest. Rest is definitely a very important thing. And with the changing of the seasons, you're starting to run your heaters a little bit more, and it tends to make people very comfortable. When you're in the cab and it's warm and it's a comfortable temperature, make sure you're getting your sleep. Get a good night's sleep. Part of that is having a good mattress. If your mattress is worn out, don't deal with it. It's not worth it. Buy you a new mattress. They're real cheap, and get you something that's comfortable to sleep in. And then just be aware when you're running down the road, when you are getting tired, pull over. That's your number one fix for being tired, is get some sleep.
So with that, we do have a good relationship with Everton Mattress here in town, and they build nice pillow top mattresses specifically for our bunks in those Freightliners.
Cool.
First thing I did was mattress, because I like my sleep.
Another good way is don't stay up playing video games. Watch 2 full movies. Yeah, when you got 10 hours to get your sleep in, keep the TV off.
Yeah, understand you need to unwind, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do that by hydrating, not watching the Cowboys. Cowboys will put you to sleep.
I've never had that.
Dun, dun, dun. But yes, mattress for sure. And so if you need help with that, let us know. We'll get you hooked up over there.
Yep.
and get you a good solid mattress.
That kind of leads into hours of service, don't it?
It does, because if you don't get your proper sleep, you're not rested and fully ready to go for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kenny, take us into hours of service.
Well, we've seemed to have a few issues lately with hours of service.
As of late, yeah.
It gets not much daylight anymore. As the winter comes on, it's dark. Guys got to get adapted to driving at night a little bit, to get their full time in. Or the next day, they're behind the game. Get your rest. I've always got up real early, tore out. If you have any issues with split sleeper berths or how to use personal conveyance or something like that, we can also send you some videos.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Cox loves chatting to you about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It messes with our SMS scores. I'll do whatever I need to keep them low.
And if you're in, we actually have a demo in the office that we can go through different scenarios and stuff with you as well. We want everyone safe out there, and pushing yourself too hard one day, could get us into one of those accidents.
It
So
could.
let's all be careful with the hours of service, and if you need some help or don't understand something, give it to one of us and we'll get you lined out.
Yep, that goes back to proper sleep, proper hours of service, and proper PC use. 2 years ago, we had an accident in Wyoming, and he didn't have proper sleep. He didn't use PC correctly, and he didn't have the hours of service to be running.
Yep.
And so it could have been a lot worse than it was. Don't get me wrong. It was a bad accident, but could have been worse. And it could have 100% been unavoided.
Yep.
And so we need to watch that.
Avoided.
Avoid it. Yeah.
We need to use words too that make sense.
You were looking for umbrella because it's raining today.
It is raining. I gotta protect these caterpillars.
They're like flopped over your eyes, just drenched.
I can't wait till it turns into the butterfly.
Butterflies. So knowing all of that and putting all that together, then it comes to our dispatch, right? And you need to fully understand what's on your dispatch, right?
100%. We put those comments on there for a reason on every load. Read those. There's special instructions in there. There's stuff about certain tracking apps that are required, pre-cool temperatures, numbers to call, if there's any issues, all that stuff's on there for a reason. We had an incident where a driver didn't, and don't know if we're going to keep that customer or not. They actually pulled it from us, so
Yep.
time will tell, but
Yeah, that affects everybody in the company.
it sure does.
Customers take the loads away from us.
Yes, it does. When you get your dispatch, read through it. If you have any questions in there at all, reach out at that time. Let us know what the question is. We'll get you an answer right away so that when you do further on into the load and you get there at the receiver and stuff or at the shipper, you'll know exactly what's going on. So definitely reach out if there's any questions at all.
Yeah, that's all part of your pre-planning.
Yeah,
Right? You
for
want to
sure.
know what you're going to be doing the next few days, pre-plan that.
Yep.
Your routes, your stops, you know where you're going, what you're picking up, the special instructions. You need to know all that stuff.
And with the rates the way they are, a lot of these people or places charge for not doing tracking. They charge if you weren't pre-cooled when you get there, because now they got to work you back in to that day's already full schedule. I mean, there's all sorts of penalties for everything anymore. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, with the economy the way it is, I mean, everyone's taking every little penny that they can when they can. Fuel rates are coming up a little bit now.
Sure.
We need to be on your game.
Yep. For sure.
Danny, did you have any questions for us?
I do. This is kind of a silly question.
Do you know Bullwinkle?
I just met him.
He just blew my ears out. So yeah, I'm intimately familiar with Bullwinkle.
He's been waiting 34 episodes to do that.
My question is, I want to know the tallest or shortest driver that you've ever seen. Just because I know I told you it was kind of a silly question.
I do know our
Tallest or short?
sister company has a young lady that's working for them. I saw her in the office the other day, and she has to be about 4'2", 4'3". I mean, she was short. I'm sitting in the chair, sitting up, and I'm almost eye level with her. Yeah. That's probably the shortest I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tallest. I
I've
don't
seen
know.
some tiny drivers.
No, so back in the day, Carl Malone, he used to play basketball for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
He was really big into, truck driving, cowboy hat, boots, and he had a few of his own trucks running. I don't know if he still does or not, but he was a tall feller.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
Remember
that
that.
Malone Trucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he's like 6'5", 6'6", maybe taller than that.
God, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. What did truck drivers do to pass the time? This is actually a question that is Googled quite a bit. What do truck drivers do to pass the time? Maybe
Tonio, what did you do to pass the time in Chicago? I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don't try to go in between the lines on the zipper.
Don't do it. It's too much weight to be doing this.
I had a guy one time. He was a pretty heavy smoker that was driving for me, and he decided to give up smoking, which was great for him, and he was successful, by the way. But he had one of those hand gripper things, and to keep his hands busy, he started gripping that. And then we had given him, balls and stuff that you could squeeze, those stress relief balls. He got to the point where when he was driving, he had to have one of those in his hands all the time to keep from smoking. And then he got kind of like addicted to it. But the guy, when you shook his hand, about rip your hand in two, his hands were like super, super strong. But he did that all the time. And he said, he doesn't even realize he's doing it, and it just kept him busy. That's what he did when he was driving instead of like reaching for a cigarette or something. I thought that was pretty cool.
Dude, I have to eat something when I'm driving. I drive down to Utah every couple of weeks to go pick up my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hard time sitting in the car and not getting tired. So I have to snack on something like constantly. I've never thought about doing something smarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's pose the question: what do you guys do on the road to pass the time as you're going down the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Please don't surf Facebook.
Yeah.
I watch the YouTubes, the Drivers4Drivers as I'm driving down the. Please don't do that.
Just listen to him on the podcast.
That's right.
Don't do that. That's bad. So transitioning into opportunities for advancement. So as if you're a company driver, if you're an owner or operator, and you're looking to advance your career, the Giltner umbrella has a lot of opportunities for that. They can help with factoring. They can help with getting your own DOT set up. We can help you with getting into a owner operator program. We can help with financing your equipment. What else is there? Insurance. We can help you with insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting something.
On authorities.
Well, you know,
licensings.
if you take, let's just take a young person that is in high school or something, and they decide, you know what, I want to have a career running a truck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to own my own truck. They can graduate from school, further their education, go to a truck driving school, get the knowledge from the school that you can to get your CDL. From there, you may go to work for somebody to get some experience. Start learning the skills of the trade. Get your experience down. If you came and join on to us as a company driver, you'll start there as a company driver, really understand the reefer, the lanes, the business. You could advance from that point into a lease operator, lease your own truck. At that point, you are a business owner, and you can run your own truck. And then at some point, if you decided, you know what, I'd like to go out on my own authority and still run with you guys, you know, with the team, we can help you out with that too. You know, we've got people here that can help you get your authority. We've got insurance available, so we could get you some insurance. And if you ever did at some point, let's say you've got your truck now, you're doing well, and that's really what we want. We want you doing well. But if you decided to grow your business and you left here, well, then we've got factoring available for you as well. So it really covers everything, you know. So and when we're looking at recruiting, we want to make sure that everybody knows that, you know, that you can just advance your career right here with us. It's a one-stop shop.
Absolutely. So yeah, so there's driver advantage and driver's advantage, and they'll help you with getting your authority. They'll help you with insurance. They'll help you with financing. They'll help you with that. We have gap factoring that's going to help you with, as you go out there and you look for your loads and you book them, they're going to help do all the back end work of it and get you paid weekly. Mm-hmm. And so you don't have to stress about, you know, waiting net 90, net 15, net 30.
Permits, licensing. It's a one-stop shop. They do it all.
They do it all.
I believe they're even doing some guys road taxes and stuff for them.
Yep, road taxes. In fact, Eric Womble right now is going through a new entrance program. Whenever you get your own authority, the DOT comes down and says, okay, you've been in here, you know, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. We want to do an audit on all of your programs to make sure that you're in compliance with the FMCSA. At that point, it's not really to, you know, get you in trouble or fine you or anything. They just want to make sure that you have all your I's and T's and stuff dotted, crossed, however that's said, more words that make sense. And so Driver's Advantage down there are walking through that with Eric right now and making sure that he's got everything that he needs, you know, for that audit. So, I mean, they help you out a lot.
Little different audit on them too. It's not that you don't get no penalties or anything like that. It's to point out stuff that they need to improve on. Yep. Give them the information. They got this famous yellow card they give you with a bunch of numbers and guys' names on it. Mm-hmm. But it's more to just help a guy out, you know. There's a lot to trucking anymore, and
huge.
And if you don't know where to start, you know, it can be very confusing for a guy. So that first audit just gives that guy a little heads up, you know. Hey, if you're wondering about this, here's the phone number to call. Am I doing this right? Who knows? You know, that gives him kind of an idea of what he needs to work on, do better. You know, so those are good audits to have.
When I got my MC, I didn't have all these programs available. And so Mike and I, we did it all on our own, and we get this letter in the mail saying you're going to have this audit. And I'm like, oh no. And they give you a little outline and said this needs to be done. Officer came to the house, was very, very pleasant to work with. And like Kenny was saying, it's not to, fine you or put you out of service. At that time, I didn't know that we needed to have a maintenance program. And that's everything that happens to that truck, you need to keep receipts for and show everything that you've done to it. I had no idea that was part of it. And so Driver's Advantage down there, they know all that. So you don't have any surprises when it comes to those types of audits.
Yep.
Even
for sure.
one truck operation's got to have, if you're the driver, you still got to have a driver's file on yourself.
You've got to have a
you
DQ
know?
file. You've got to be part of a consortium, so you have randoms done on yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pre-screen, drug tests, all of that needs
Well, there's
to
a
be
lot
done.
to it.
Yeah.
A guy just was a driver for a company. That's a lot to take in. It's a whole different world when you're the business owner.
Yeah.
So
They'll help with LLCs. I mean, it's a one-stop shop.
Yep, that's right.
So
I heard you're going to be gone next week, Francis.
I am.
We're going to miss you.
who's Francis?
I was wondering, maybe while Francis is gone, maybe we could get one of the somebody from Driver Advantage or GAP's factoring.
I think that's great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Driver Advantage, I'm calling you out.
Yep, that's right.
Come up
If you're
here.
watching this,
If you're watching this, come on up here. Danny, you got any departing words?
I should plan better for those because I know they're coming,
Yeah,
but I don't. Other than, man, you guys rock.
you rock.
You guys rock.
I like your hair.
All of you. Hey, thanks.
Maybe next time I can sit behind the mic
Oh, that's a good idea.
and you can come sit out here.
You are sitting behind the mic.
I mean, your mic.
I don't
Be
think
fine.
we've ever had Danny in front of the
No, we haven't.
camera, have we?
We haven't.
I don't know if there's enough room back here for you kids.
Oh, there's plenty of room.
That's right.
I lost a little bit of weight. 75 hard is kicking my butt.
Dude, I'm not saying that you're a big guy. I'm just saying it's a small place back here.
Pretty sure he called me a heifer. Kenny, you got any departing words?
I would just want to thank everyone for the job they do. If you're confused on anything, have questions on anything, that's what dispatch is for. Call them. Let's get it straightened out. And stay safe out there.
Yep,
Francis.
absolutely. Exactly what Kenny said. Appreciate everything everybody's doing out there. Without you doing what you're doing out there, we wouldn't exist here today. So thank you very much for what you're doing.
Absolutely. So as we end this episode, we want to thank you for being safe, making the right choices. Hey, remember you're the eyes and ears on the road. If you see something, say something. And we all succeed when you complete your trip safely and you're home with your loved ones.
Watching the Cowboys.
Thanks.